Hello, I'm Daniel. I am giving a talk on the 37 practices of a bodhisattva today. Um, and again, a bodhisattva is one of those of us who are trying to awaken our full potential. We're trying to live in a more compassionate, mindful, and wise way. And so these practices are like little tips to help us on the path. And this one is a long title. This one is called Training in Simplicity Free from Fixation During Meditative Equipoise. Jeez. Training in Simplicity Free from Fixation During Meditative Equipoise. So, not crazy about that title. But here's the verse. Whatever appears is all one's mind. Mind itself is primordially beyond all mental constructs. Knowing this, it is the practice of the bodhisattvas not to hold on to any attributes of perceiver and perceived. It's pretty heavy. So, this is about, I think this is sort of about the poison of delusion. I talked about the three poisons previously. They're attachment, aversion, and delusion, sometimes called ignorance, and that's what this is about here. It's about not seeing the world clearly, not seeing our place in the world clearly. Everything we see is not as it really is, but through a filter of our perception. We have all sorts of baggage we bring to everything that prevent us from seeing the whole picture, and we fixate on, this is hard to talk about, we fixate on duality, on subject and object, on this and that. I'm different from you because of this. I'm different from you because of this, right? So, there's a famous quote by a Western mystic named Anais Nin, and it says, "We don't see things as they are, we see things as we are." I think that is a good description of this. We don't see things clearly. I like to think of those old-timey 3D glasses with the red and the blue. I don't think they make those anymore, but red on one side, blue on the other. We see colors that aren't there, and it shades the whole way we see the world. And it's called delusion. Delusion is our confusion and our misperception of reality. It's our lack of ability to understand things as they are without the labels and the preconceptions we put on everything, because we put labels on everything all the time. And because of that, we often aren't in harmony with the world around us. So we've all had the experience where you meet someone and you immediately don't like them because they remind you of someone else. Maybe we haven't all had that experience, but you can imagine that experience, I'm sure. You meet someone and they don't do anything wrong, but you don't like them. You just don't like them. And sometimes in that situation, our judgment is good, and we have noticed something that at a deep level that we didn't know we noticed. But other times, our judgment is bullshit, and there's nothing wrong with this person, and we are just holding on to negative feelings for no reason. For no reason. We're putting something on someone that doesn't match who they are, that for no reason. And it doesn't help them, and it doesn't help us. And that's a form of delusion. That's a form of delusion. But another form of delusion is this. I'll say this the positive way. The right perception of the world around us is this. Everything's connected, number one. Number two, nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. If you see kind of bluish on my hands, it's because I made a tie-dye shirt yesterday, because we're shelter in place and we're doing different things. But, so, I'm sorry if you see kind of a blue tint on my hands. I just saw it. But, where was I going? Okay, everything's connected. So what's that mean? I'm connected to you. You're connected to me. I'm connected to the people in this house. I'm connected to the mailman. I'm connected to the people that fix my car. I'm connected to everything. I'm connected to the people that made this computer and the people that made this microphone, right? Everything's connected to everything. Everything's connected to everything. Why does that matter? And really, we're really getting a clear picture of our connections right now during the COVID-19 outbreak. Because we're connected to everyone that's hoarding toilet paper. Right? I'm connected to the people that went to the store and bought all the toilet paper because then I couldn't get any. I had to track down a place that had toilet paper, a strange place, a meat store, a butcher. I had to go to a butcher to buy toilet paper, which is very weird. But I had to because all the toilet paper everywhere is sold out. Who am I connected to there? I'm connected to the stores. Obviously, I'm connected to the people that bought that toilet paper, even though I don't know who they are, and I don't know how they ended up buying all the toilet paper. I'm connected to the person that gave me the tip to go to the butcher. I'm connected to the butcher, whose store I had never been to before, whose store I will likely never go to again, and I'm connected to all that, right? I didn't know I was connected to all that. I didn't mean, and really, at a deeper level, I'm connected to the manufacturer of the toilet paper. And all the workers. I don't know how toilet paper's made, but I know every step in the process of making it is connected to me because I'm using it, because I'm purchasing it. It's kind of gross as examples go, though, huh? And not only that, but all of that is connected to the company that makes bidets, because my partner has ordered a bidet. Partly because that sounds like a better way to live, but also because there's a toilet paper shortage and we don't know when that's going to end, right? So I'm connected to that too. It's all connected. And a better example is, of course, I'm connected to you watching this, and you're connected to me while you're watching this or listening to this if you're listening to the podcast. And we are connected to the creators of the internet. We're connected to the people maintaining the internet, right? I'm connected to Google Fiber right now. So I'm connected to the founders of Google, really. And you're connected to your provider as well. And I'm connected to the maker of this computer, right? So I'm beating the dead horse now. But the point is that we're all connected all the time. And why does that matter? That matters because we are not alone. We are not alone. By nature, by the nature of the universe, we cannot be alone. We are all in this together because we're so intimately connected, because we're connected in so many powerful ways. We just don't really think about it. We just don't really think about it. So when I have this book here, and when I hold this book, I don't think about it, but I'm connected to not only the author, I'm connected to the company that made it, I'm connected to, and more than that, the pages in this book. Where'd they come from? They came from trees, right? Those trees came from plants that sprouted. Those plants had sunlight and rain. The rain came from clouds. The sunlight came from the sun. All of that is tied together in this book. And in every book, right? All of that is tied together. Again, the people that cut down the trees and the whatever truck or whatever that took the trees to the paper factory. I don't know how paper's made, but all of that is connected to me because I'm looking at this book. So we're not alone. We're not alone. All things are interdependent. That means we're not alone. And that when we think about that, we can reflect on sort of what I've talked about before, sort of sympathetic joy, being happy for others' success. I'm connected to others, so I should be happy for their success because we're connected. We're connected. And we're not as divided and separate as we think we are. And we could be and should be spending more time building bridges between each other instead of walls. I believe that. And the other right perception of the world is what we call impermanence. That is just nothing lasts forever. And we know that, but we still try to hold on to things. There's this old saying that is, there's no pockets in burial shrouds. And what's that mean? Well, it means whatever it is, you're not taking it with you, right? So even if you manage to hold on to something your whole life, you're still not taking it with you. Everything comes to an end, everything falls apart. And why do we need to remember that? Because we're not so obsessed with material things when we remember that they don't really last. And not only that, but less material things too, like youth, right? People are obsessed with their youth, but that doesn't last, right? I've got gray in my beard. I've had gray in my beard for a long time now, and it's just a reminder, oh, this is not permanent. I'm less young than I used to be, and I'm getting less and less young, right? But that's true of everything, right? I desperately want my car to last forever. It's not going to. The parts in it are going to break down, and it's going to eventually not work anymore, sadly. And because we tend to think that because we have these two things, we don't see things as connected and we don't see things as impermanent, we're always looking outside ourselves for satisfaction. We're looking for things to make us feel permanent, things to make us feel important. Because of our delusion, we don't understand our true nature. And the teachings of the Buddha tell us that our true nature is enlightened. And this can be realized by seeing through our delusion. And that can be the whole thing. We're trying to see through our delusion, see things clearly so that we can have a more harmonious life, so that we can make better decisions, so we can release our full potential. That's the way to do it, by seeing things clearly. And we don't because of delusion. We don't because of delusion. So, that's it for today. I hope this talk has been helpful. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me.